hoping for dramatic shadows, enlisting Gordon at the last minute and taking out a van without signing for it. At least the segment producer was gung-ho. Laura had discovered the abandoned construction site last week and connected with someone in charge who gave her the keys to the padlocked gates. The building had no specific connection to the planned story, and anything identifiable would be cut from the final tape. But the location had the look Laura wanted. Grim, deserted, lonely. Supposedly there were security guards somewhere around, not where Kelly could see them. She ignored a faint tremor of unease as she reached into her pocket and took out her laminated press pass. If anyone stopped her, it would come in handy. She walked through the half-built structure, her high heels echoing on the dusty concrete, going around supporting pillars and avoiding the deep shadowy pit for the elevator shafts. Kelly stopped for a second, wondering why the perimeter hadn't been blocked off. There were no safety cones around it, and no yellow tape, and she couldn't see the bottom from where she was standing. She caught an unpleasant whiff of damp earth from the bottom of the pit. With a shudder, she moved on, going past a concrete slab staircase with no rails, not tempted to go up for a better view. Kelly glanced upward at a raw ceiling stained by water damage, thinking that she should have worn a hard hat. The rough walls were stained, too, but completely free of spray-painted tags and scribbles. It was odd that there were no graffiti anywhere, and not so much as a crushed cigarette butt or snack wrapper marred the concrete floors, which were covered with an undisturbed layer of dust. Someone was keeping the riffraff and the taggers out. Maybe a maintenance company. Laura must have gotten the keys from them. Owners of abandoned properties usually disappeared without bothering to secure their properties, with disastrous results. Squatters, fires, violence. Kelly could see clear through to the back of the site, green with tall weeds. Here and there a tossed beer can gleamed against roughly gouged tracks made by bulldozers long gone. The huge crane in front was all that was left of the heavy equipment. Kelly continued toward the open area, peering out and up at rickety scaffolding that had pulled away from the building and back. She stopped before the unfinished floor did and surveyed the scene, her arms folded over her chest. "Kelly?" The cameraman's voice crackled in her earbud. "Where'd you go? We can't see you." "I walked to the back," she answered. "It doesn't look like anyone's been here for a while, but the building hasn't been trashed. There aren't any footprints other than mine." "Great. That makes you easy to follow. Stay there. We'll find you." "Okay." She heard a slight commotion, then Gordon's voice came in again. "Laura wants another take. Different setting, same lines. Anything visually interesting where you are?" "Maybe." Kelly didn't elaborate, suddenly noticing a luxury car on the other side of the chain-link fence behind the weeds. The car was the sole occupant of the parking lot, a wasteland of cracked asphalt and litter. The expensive vehicle's dark-tinted windows and gleaming black finish seemed out of place in the desolate setting. There was no sign of a driver or passengers, but the slanting angle of the afternoon light might hide both. She heard Laura and Gordon enter and follow her trail, their sneakered footfalls quiet on the concrete. Kelly turned toward them. The segment producer was carrying Kelly's bag and her own, and some of Gordon's equipment. Laura, a short brunette in no-nonsense jeans and jacket with the station logo, stopped several feet away when the cameraman did. Gordon was a burly man with thick hair drawn back in a ponytail. Going out as a team, they got teased about the short hair on her and the long hair on him, but neither seemed to care. He hoisted the camera and looked through the viewfinder at Kelly. Then he put on a pair of glasses and took his time about adjusting the lens. Gordon liked to do things right, and he didn't take crap from anyone. Kelly wasn't going to tell him to hurry up. He wouldn't. Most days, Kelly believed in picking her battles. She'd seen Monroe Cap and the cameraman get into some doozies more than once. Gordon Lear was the best in Atlanta and the head of the WBRX camera team, two things Cap didn't seem to care about. "Nice pose. Hold it," Gordon ordered. "Let's get a light balance and a sound level," he said to Laura. Kelly said her full name twice and waited. The assistant producer and the cameraman seemed too preoccupied with what they were doing to notice the car on the other side of the fence, or the faint noise of its doors opening and closing.